Give it up for Josh Johnson.
I don't know if y'all saw this demure thing that's taken off. Why are y'all groaning? Oh my God. In case you don't know what it is, in case you haven't been alive for the past couple weeks, demure is this one TikTok started this whole thing. It's not like a whole group of people. It's not like somebody super famous already said something. There's this one TikTok by this creator named Jules LeBron that was just sort of getting ready for work and said, you know, look at how I'm dressed. Very demure, very mindful. And demure and mindful have like really taken off. They've really become this big, big thing. People are talking about how I'm demure, I'm mindful and everything. People have made all these response, TikToks do it and stuff. But basically, she was just saying like, you know, look at how I'm dressed, keeping it chill, a little bit low key and everything. And by and large, everything that I've seen that's come from it has been pretty positive. I know I'm not on the whole internet, but like everything that I've seen is nice, which is kind of cool because usually when it comes to like TikTok as a movement or like challenges or like anything popular, it's usually not as positive. You know, most TikTok challenges or trends are mostly like, hey, y'all, watch me punch my grandma on the back of the head. It's usually something that causes harm to, you know, you or someone else for everyone's entertainment. And we watch all the time. It's like, hey, y'all, watch me while I call in this bomb threat to the Vatican. You know, like there was one thing, I don't even know, it got so bad that they would talk about TikTok trends happening that I don't even think were happening, but they were believable because all the stuff that really was happening. Like, I'm pretty sure there was one where maybe I'm falling for, like, a trick, but I'm pretty sure there was one TikTok trend where people just kept blowing up the urinals at the boys' bathrooms in their high schools. And I was like, man, maybe they really are lost as a generation. You know what I mean? So then you see something like demure, and it really kills the whole... You know, the sort of generational gaps that we have, it's hard to keep pushing them away when they're being all nice and stuff. No, you see these young Gen Alpha, Gen Z just being sweet. You almost don't know how to react. You know what I mean? It starts raining. Maybe you're a boomer, and then out of nowhere, you know, this young person comes up being very demure. Pops an umbrella right over your rainy head. You just standing there like, Fox News did not prepare me for this. I don't know what to do. Thank you, I guess. This is weird. You sure you don't want to punch me in the back of the head and film it or something? Like, no, it's just nice to see like a trend that's at least like feeling mildly positive as it spreads, you know? Because a lot of them start positive and then quickly turn. And I haven't seen this one turn yet, because the whole definition of demure is like modest, shy, you know, mindfulness, obviously self-explanatory, being mindful and stuff. Because the other TikToks I've seen Jules make have also fascinated me, because, you know, she'll do little stuff. Like, she brought donuts to the hotel staff that took care of her at the end of her stay. And she was like, this is being demure. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we redefining it. I had no idea. I thought, that's cool. I'm saying because I'm happy about it, you know? And I think that's really awesome. Because for a long time, I didn't know if like a good trend could catch on. You know, we like deep down, whether you like it because you like it or you like it because you love to hate it, we like watching the bad stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like like Jackass would have never been a franchise if we didn't love the idea of a guy just standing there and then his friend running behind him and kicking him in the balls. Like, that's, you know, We had Jackass when we were little, and that just spawned into like a different now everybody can do Jackass. Everybody was doing Jackass the whole time, by the way. It's just when we filmed it, it sort of just sat at home. Like they just became home movies. There wasn't an internet to push it out to the rest of the world with, you know? And so I don't know. I mean, I hope for those that enjoy it, it continues. I hope it doesn't, morph into a different thing, because I feel like the internet's very good at that. The internet's very good at like taking something, because it's so decentralized, like taking something that starts out very good and then morphing it to a place where, maybe 5 years from now, there's just a kid that runs up and punches his grandma in the back of the head and goes, "Demure!" Nah, but I hope it doesn't happen. I took an improv class when I lived in Chicago with a kid who was Buddhist, right? And he was Buddhist in a way that was very sincere. He wasn't like that. You know how sometimes when you go off to college or something and you meet someone who's like hardcore Buddhist, but they're like a white dude with dreads that's always trying to bang, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, no, I don't know if you following really. I think that you just wear the beads. I think you're disingenuous. You're just trying to use it to lower some walls, you know what I mean? How could I be bad? I summered into bed. You know what I mean? Kind of has those vibes. But my friend who I met is the person that truly fascinated me, because he was someone who had a lot of joy and a sincere joy. Not like, you know how there are people that you meet sometimes that are full of joy, but you can tell the joy is because everything's going right now. It's very circumstantial joy, right? It's like lottery winning joy, where it's like, guys, of course. He had a nice joy that wasn't swayed one way or the other by like little things happening, Because the circumstantial joy I'm talking about, it gets knocked over with a feather, right? That same person that's so joyful one day, you see them the next day, they're like, "Get out of my way!" Like it's, and that's also normal. That's part of being human, right? Like it's not normal to be happy all the time. If someone is, watch them. Do you know what I mean? Like if somebody's happy all the time, they need to be on a list. They're hiding something, right? But he had a very, very sweet and sincere joy that was calm, kind of quiet, a little bit to himself, happy to talk to anybody, happy to engage with anybody and everything. And I think that because of who he was as a person, it sort of fascinated me what his philosophy was for life, because he didn't teach Buddhism, and he didn't think of Buddhism as a religion. He thought of it more as a sort of philosophy, right? It was his answer to the psychology of his mind. And we were talking one day, because I was just sort of asking him how he came to it and everything, because he was white. And regular haircut though, like regular haircut. Like, but we were just chatting, and he was explaining, at least to the best of his understanding, the 4 noble truths to me, right? Because the first noble truth is that there is suffering in the world. And that's an undeniable thing, We all suffer in different ways for different amounts of time, Some suffering is physical. Like when you wake up in the night and you're thirsty. And you swear you know you're home. But you're walking in the dark because you don't want to wake yourself up too much with the light. And you don't sleep with shoes on. So your feet, your toes are at their most vulnerable. You get up and you're walking around, and in the kitchen, you get a little bit of that fridge light. You almost squint a little bit. That's too much. You grab your water, you pour it in your glass, take some sips, and now you got to make your way back. Halfway tired, in the dark, right? And as you're walking, maybe you're a parent. And maybe even though you know this home like the back of your hand, you don't know that there's a Lego waiting. There's a Lego waiting to be stepped on, right? There's a skateboard near some steps waiting to take you out. To put you on your ass, right? Or maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you're a bachelor. Maybe you're just living on your own as a single person, but you make your way back. And for some reason, tonight, there's just a little bit of extra width to that bed frame. And so you get close to the bed and you get ready to hop in, and then and so you suffer. No. But a lot of suffering isn't physical. A lot of suffering, genuinely is coming from a mental place. You either suffer in what you think is going to be the future, or you suffer over the past as it happened. Those things that happen that are very, very embarrassing. Maybe you hold on to a mistake that you made too tight. In your mind's eye, it's the only thing that you can focus on. And most of the time, you can shut it out. It's probably whatever you're thinking about right now. But most of the day, you're pretty good at shutting it out. But then you have a quiet moment, like in the shower. And while you're in the shower, your brain just goes, remember that time? You remember that time that everybody was like, wouldn't it be fun if we jumped in the pool, and then you just jumped in the pool, but then the other person was like, oh, I was never going to jump in the pool. So then you were just out here in the pool by yourself, and you can't swim. So then you were hoping that everybody jumping in would just mean that everyone floated a little bit higher or something. And so now you're like fighting to get to the top of the water, and then people, you can hear them be like, is he drowning? It was like a question, because you flailing so hard that everyone's like, is he drowning? And then you're like, what? These are supposed to be my friends. Why aren't they jumping in the water and help me? Do we not want to jump in the water so bad? We just want to talk about jumping in the water that no one's going to come save me right now. And so you're flailing, and then finally you just hear somebody at the party, one of your friends say, yo, stand up. And then you realize you were on the shallow end of the pool. So there's a suffering. And then, there's a suffering for the things that you think are going to happen in the future, right? Things that haven't even happened yet. Usually, it's us, because of our imagination. We're one of the only, look, this is us saying it, but as far as scientists know, we are one of the only species that has real imagination in that way. So we're some of the only things on planet Earth suffering in that particular way, right? Most things are living in the moment, right? But we're the only ones putting things onto the future that haven't even happened yet. Like, let's say you're in a relationship. And you love this person, but y'all fight from time to time. And you fight, but you love each other, and maybe it's been a long time. You've been together for a long time, so you know them. You know them deeply. You know them in a fundamental way where no one else knows them, right? So then sometimes when something happens, you can tell we're probably going to have a fight. We're probably going to have a fight because I know them, and I know what happened, and I know how they react to things. I know how I react to things, so we're probably going to have an argument, right? So then maybe you're driving home, maybe you're taking the train, maybe you're on the bus, but wherever you are, because you know there's about to be a fight, you decide to have the first fight. The first fight is in your head because you're practicing, right? The first fight is you just sort of shadow boxing, right? You do it too. That's not my fault, right? You just... And so the first fight, maybe things don't go so well. Maybe the first fight, because you have to imagine the whole thing, you imagine them reacting a little harsher than they might even react. Because you don't know, because you haven't been there yet. It's in the future. It hasn't happened. You have to make this thing up. But now you're suffering because you're imagining that they said something to you that was a bit too far. And they always do this. And I can't stand when you do this, right? You always, in my head, take things too far before I have the conversation with you, right? And so you get home and you already mad. You already pissed off because in your mind you lost the first fight, right? So now when we have the first fight, I'm remembering the first fight. So now I got to get my get back from losing that first fight because they had such good logic in my head when I was fighting them before that I came ready. I'm already ready to plug up all the holes in my own argument, right? And so then, you start fighting, and then you start the fight by being like, why are you yelling? And then you realize you're yelling, and you're like, why am I yelling right now? And it's because you had a fight already. You had suffering you didn't even need to have. There was no reason, right? And then there's the second noble truth. The second noble truth is that there is a cause to the suffering. People, we don't just have to suffer endlessly for no reason, right? There is a cause. This is where the concept of karma comes from and everything. Because if you understand the suffering and you understand the cause, you can end it, right? It can be over, Like I have a friend who I love very much. And he has a lot of love to give. But he keeps, because he can't understand the cause, he keeps getting his heart broken. Because he keeps... Okay. He keeps getting his heart broken because he keeps trying... It's got to sound however it sounds, but... He keeps trying to save young ladies who do not like him, but do enjoy dinner, right? Do you know what I mean? Like at a certain amount of dates, I'm like, yeah, dog, I think if she liked you, she would call you sometimes. Because he's a lover, but it's I don't know if he's thinking about why he keeps feeling this way. And if it keeps happening, if the same thing keeps happening with different people who don't know each other, maybe there's a cause. And maybe the cause is something you're doing. Maybe the suffering can end. Maybe. Or maybe he's just real good at paying for dinner. I have no idea, but it seems like when I talk to him, hey, it doesn't have to be like this, right? And then there's a third noble truth. Third noble truth is that you can end the suffering. It can't, it doesn't have to go forever, right? Like the second one is that there's a cause, and the third one is that there will be an end, right? It doesn't have to go on forever. You can release yourself out of this sort of cycle. And then the fourth one is that there's a path. There's a path for you, a way to end the suffering, right? Which I think is great. I think that there's an answer at the end. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of religions out there that just tell you, it's pretty bad. And it will get worse. There are some Buddhist monks, right? There's some Buddhist monks in Thailand. And they're in a specific region, so I don't want you to think this is all of the Buddhist monks. But these particular Buddhist monks in this particular region of Thailand keep getting into trouble for not being very good monks. Because when you think of a monk, it's unfair, but you think of a monk the same way you think of a nun. You think of someone who has dedicated their entire life, their finances, their physical self, their spiritual well-being to the cause of whatever religion or philosophy that they've taken up, right? And that doesn't make them perfect, but it does make them seem like someone who is going to be holy or be grounded, whatever the thing is, right? And these monks are pretty rock and roll. These monks are going ham, okay? These monks are having such wild scandals. Like there was one temple, right? where all the monks in that temple got busted by the police for doing meth, right? And it's hard to conceptualize a methy monk, right? Because you usually think of them as calm and still, but you can't be on meth. You know, I've never seen someone do meth and then calm down, right? That's not part of it, you know? I can only imagine what that one monk who did the meth first must have told the others. You know, does a little meth and it's like, y'all, if we do this, we ain't got to do all that sitting. Like this is about to hit, okay? You know? There was another scandal where there were some monks who basically, I say got in trouble, I think they got arrested for stealing millions of dollars in donations from people who were basically donating to, I guess, the monastery, but just generally, the same way you donate to like any church or anything like that. And that one baffled me because I thought one of the whole principles of Buddhism was like, guys, I don't need anything. Like, it's me trying to better myself, trying to get better, trying to get to the next level and everything. So to give the monks millions of dollars is asking for trouble. Like, you know what I mean? To give the monks a rapper level of money and then not expect them to live that rapper lifestyle feels like an unnecessary temptation, okay? You know, like I'm pretty low key, but if you gave me around $8 million, I might go a little wild for a day or two. You know what I mean? And it's tough. It's tough when you're a monk and then you try balling out because you in the same clothes. Do you know what I mean? Like when you roll up to a strip club, everybody know you're not supposed to be there. Like you throwing it up and making it rain, and then everybody's like, where's it even coming from? Does the robe have pockets? You know? There have even been some monks that got in trouble for straight up violence, right? Which is terrible and terrifying. But I will say, as a monk, if somebody messing with you, you do kind of have the element of surprise. Because they're sure nothing's going to happen, right? Like you just poking a monk and poking a monk and poking a monk, and then they just hit you with that bladdow. You know? And I guess it's just wild that for such I'll call it a religion or a lifestyle just for the sake of the argument, but like for such a calm, peaceful, to yourself religion of bringing yourself to the best level that you can, building an understanding of yourself and the people around you, and trying to spread good in the world. It's wild to me that this section of Buddhist monks in Thailand, all they really need is Jules LeBron to teach them how to be demure, to teach them how to be mindful, you know what I mean? You imagine that? You imagine this. There's a monk that's just throwing out money at the strip club and everything, and then Jules is like, not demure, not mindful.
I'll tell you what, though, I've been listening to some of Beyonce's album, the new album, the country one, and everyone has what feels like a lot of feelings. Like some people are like, this isn't country. Some people are like, what a beautiful country album. You know, so. And some people are just interested in it because they feel like someone as big as Beyonce making a country album brings people back to at least some semblance of the history of like black origins within country music, right? Because and I don't expect everyone to know. I didn't know. My friend was telling me all of this stuff. I didn't just know this offhand. My friend was telling me that a lot of the instruments that come from early country, because like a lot of country comes from bluegrass, and so some of those bluegrass instruments were instruments that slaves made, right? Because they already had origins in West Africa. Things like the banjo, which were initially made with like gourds, stuff like that, like things that would later become the banjo, things that would become the fiddle, things that would become the tambourine, that were infused in this bluegrass that became this country music. Also, while a lot of the chanting from spirituals ended up as like choral elements and lyrics in some early country songs, and I thought that was so interesting. It's like weirdly buried because everything has to be such a binary for us. This is either black music or white music or anything, and I think people's contributions sometimes get diminished because of that. And then some people were talking about how it's important for Beyonce to make a country album because it is an overshadowing experience of a black person doing country that opens door for more black people who were already doing country, right? And that there's been some resistance to that, which a part of me does kind of get. Like if you're in country and you see Beyonce coming, wouldn't you be like, we have to stop this? This can't, come on. Don't, please. Yeah, I mean, something seems like super, super white, and then a black person comes, and they're like very talented in it, you know? You let Tiger play a little bit of golf. And not only did he win all the titles, he banged all of your women. Tiger alone, and then you see Beyonce coming, you're like, can I have nothing? So yeah, that's where the resistance is coming from. But that's why I find so fascinating about the origins of a lot of music in America. So much of that music comes originally in some aspect from slavery, whether it's like blues, country, there are rock elements, there are jazz elements. It's amazing that this horrific thing, this really horrible thing, what the people that it happened to turned it into, is some of the most beautiful things that we have. I think that's incredible. I really do. I actually think about it a lot because I don't think that everyone would be able to do that. Like, what if the roles were reversed? What would the white spirituals be? Because we can't take this lightly. We cannot take this lightly. I know I've used the word already in the set, but slavery was an abomination of humanity. No person should ever be able to treat another person this way. And out of all of these horrors came some of the most beautiful things that we've ever heard. Even if just down connecting the lines, connecting the dots to a person that's alive now. They have this music because this thing happened and someone made something beautiful out of it. But what if it was reversed? What if there were whites in the fields tilling the earth under the hot sun, which is not kind to white backs. And as they are tilling this earth, they're trying to find something in all of this devastating trauma to exhale their hurt in as beautiful way as possible, to build community among themselves. And they're tilling the earth as hard as they can, right? And then in the distance you hear just a small town girl. Living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train. Slave Master Jamal comes out. What's that bullshit I hear? Yo, everybody get back to work, for real. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. I think that one very, very important thing that we have to do as people, like as a country, to move forward is I think we have to genuinely decide who needs to be in jail. Do you know what I mean? Because this is my thing. We can all agree that you do need jail. Like we've all met someone where it was like, this feels like jail behavior. I don't want to risk running into this in traffic. I need you out over here, right? So we all have an understanding of the purpose of jail, but we don't seem to agree on everything that someone should go to jail for. But there are some baseline things that we all agree someone should go to jail for. But then people do those things and then they don't go to jail. And then people do other things. Things that we say are very bad. Things that we say you should go to jail for. And then they go to jail. And then we do change the law while they're in jail. Like I think about everybody who, was in jail for weed possession in states where weed is currently legal. They went to jail. And I understand that they broke the law. But they went to jail. And then we decided, as people, because it's something that had to be voted on, that, no, this thing shouldn't be illegal. And then they're sitting in jail like, so... What about me? Oh, no? Okay, I'll stay. Wow. Like, I had a friend who went to jail for, weed possession, right? And he did have a lot. He had quite a bit on him. He had, I'll call it an entrepreneurial amount. They popped his trunk and they were like, oh, you're a businessman. Oh. And he went to jail and he said one of the craziest experiences was that when he got out and his friend came pick him up and they were driving away from the jail, one of the closest things built near the jail was a dispensary. And so he's like, maybe they're hiring. Because we all know people, in theory, who should be in jail and aren't. You know what I mean? We've all worked with somebody who we know is crazy. Somebody who is like, if anybody gonna shoot up the job, it's gonna be him. And we all know, people in different departments are like, have you met him? Stay away. Don't make eye contact. He crazy, right? Then you go home, you watching Hulu documentaries about true crime and stuff, and then you watching a documentary like, that's everything Kevin do. I guess we just have to wait for him to do something jail-worthy, but all the general habits he does have. I had my own experience. I was at a diner, and I was eating, truly minding my own business, and then there was this guy sitting across from me, and the guy sitting across from me got his meal, and he had soup, and I want to be clear, he had a spoon. That's very important. Everything I say next is unnecessary because he had soup and he had a spoon, all right? Everything required, soup and a spoon, he had it. God gave him everything he needed in this situation, a soup and a spoon to go with the soup. And rather than using the spoon like any normal, maybe tax-paying citizen, this man grabbed 2 forks, shoved them together, dipped them in the soup, lifted it up slightly, and was slurping it while maintaining eye contact with me. And as he did, I was like, lock his ass up. If he doing this, he doing something else. It was crazy as hell.
Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, Phil Stamp, comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So I'm in Sacramento right now, and I went out with some comics after the show, and one of the comics had, I believe, was his girlfriend with him, and we went to a barcade, right? And barcade closes. We leave the barcade, and almost immediately, this was such an awkward set of events. So basically, I'm talking to another comic, and the other comic and his girlfriend are standing behind me, and it's just a big group of us, right? And so then this guy, I hear some, like, not yelling, angry yelling, but some yelling behind me. And then as the guy's past me now, the comic that I was with, who's standing next to his girlfriend, like, you're good, just go, you're good, whatever, right? And then the other guy kind of keeps talking and then walks fully into a pole and then bounces from walking into the pole into a bush, right? And
okay.
And the
Real
other
pinball situation.
Yeah, the other guy's like, hey, you good, just keep going, right? And so then I ask him, because I was almost about to say something of like, yeah, it happens, man, like, it's all right, whatever.
Right.
And then I turn around and everyone's trying not to laugh. I'm like, what happened just now? And they tell me that guy was trying to catcall his girlfriend, okay?
Okay.
But he clearly didn't want to do it when he was too close, because he passed them. So he didn't start catcalling, I guess, until he was running distance away, because it's very clear they're together, right?
Right, yeah.
And so then he's so busy catcalling that the guy is like, hey, you're good, just keep walking. Like, he was like just trying to get rid of him, right?
Right.
But then he's like still so focused on catcalling while his head is fully turned that he walks into the pole and then bounces from the pole into the bush. And so I'm glad I said nothing, because in my head, I thought he was trying to make that dude feel better about walking into a bush. And so then that's why I was almost like, hey, yo, it happens to me too. Like, it's all good, man. Don't be embarrassed. It's okay. But what was really happening...
I was in a bush earlier. Don't worry about it. You're doing great.
What was really happening is that he was getting shot down by the girlfriend. The other guy was, like, not getting upset, but he was just like, hey, you should probably just keep walking.
Yeah.
And then he walks into a pole and then into a bush. And for me, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'm just one of those people that, like, genuinely assumes everyone moves to the world like I do. And so then I just saw a guy. I forgot he was connected to the yelling that I heard before. I just saw a guy walk into a pole pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then walk into a bush as he tried to recover.
Right.
You know? And so for a second my heart went out for him, and then I was like, "Oh, you could have avoided this entire thing."
Right.
Cuz I almost thought they knew each other, cuz it was like, "Hey, you good? Yeah, you good?" Like, cuz he's being cheery about it. So it's
right,
he's not like, "Hey, you good? Keep moving." He was just like, you good?"
Yeah. I mean, but this ties again into what we were talking about last week with how these situations just find you.
Well, also
and right
just
there, even
be in a group. Be in a group and the situation will find you.
Be in a group in that, but also, like you said, maybe that's part of it too, is your perception of it is always a little different. Because right away you were just like, oh, another silly cartoon man in a bush.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's also one of those things where I'm starting to like when we were out and that happened, I'm starting to see how situations pop off, because the comic was like, one of the reasons I was just trying to get rid of him as soon as possible is that in this area, you never know who has a gun, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And I was like,
and by this area, you mean America.
Sure.
That goes for any space anywhere.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It did get me thinking. Almost immediately, it got me thinking about how like if you were embarrassed, if I walked into a bush
mm-hmm.
and I had a gun, I think that just to like a gun is such a social reset that I think that if I walked into a pole and then a bush, I think I would just fire off the gun, because then everybody's forgetting that I walked into a pole and then a bush. You know what I mean? It's almost a gun is almost except the opposite of that Men in Black stick that makes people forget, because once you pull the gun out, no one remembers anything before the gun. It's just true adrenaline, you know? So if you had your fly down and somebody was like, "Oh, hey, your fly is down," and you were super embarrassed, you really just need to pull a gun out, and then like no one's thinking about your fly anymore.
This would just be a good place for maybe a quick legal disclaimer of this is a satirical podcast. You should never pull out a gun to solve any situation ever. Josh Johnson or other employees of the Josh Johnson Show do not believe you should pull out a gun.
But if you had a gun,
mm-hmm.
If you had a gun and then somebody was like, "There's spinach between your teeth," and you were just like, "Oh God." Fire one into the ceiling.
I mean, a gun is a social reset. Is like a, I don't know, like a Nirvana lyric or something. That sounds like such an angsty song title.
Yeah, a gun is a social reset.
Yeah, wow. That's one way of thinking about it.
I just mean, like, if that dude had genuinely had a gun and then pulled it out, the bush is like the furthest thing from my mind now.
I don't know. I'd have a hard time not remembering that, because honestly, my first thought might just be like, "Oh, he'd fallen in the bushes was embarrassing, so he wanted to shoot his way out of that scenario."
I think it would be that, because that's the conversation we're having right now. I think that if you were standing with us, especially to say that we didn't all know what happened until later when we discussed it, I think that you would just be like, "That guy had a gun."
Okay, but I the bush is still going to be my mind, because if anything, it's going to be a man jumped out of a bush with a gun.
Yeah, which is still
it's still going to be not the original story, but
it's still
but the bush
better for him too, because now he's jumped out of a bush with a gun instead of he walked into a bush, took a 10-second pause.
Right,
you could see him contemplating his life, and then he pulled out the gun.
Fair. Yeah, a frazzled man fell out of a bush, and he was armed.
Yeah. So it had to make you wonder, where was he coming from? Had he just fought off the bush people?
Yeah, that's true. Is he a hero?
Why didn't he fire on them? Why is he firing at the air?
Yeah. Is that bush some sort of, is it like a Lion Witch wardrobe situation? That bush leads to a different kingdom that needed to learn a lesson?
Yeah, it just needed to be taught, needed to be checked.
You be taught something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They had to appreciate what they had in life.
Like if someone came out of a bush with a gun, I don't even think you'll remember they came out of a bush. You'll just be like, someone is firing.
No, I disagreed. If they come out of the bush, like I'm going to be like, even if I'm running away, I'm going to be like, that man from the bush has a gun. Like the bush is going to be on my mind.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not gonna immediately know or think about how he got to the bush. The bush, because to me, then it's not just a dangerous man with a gun. That's a dangerous man with a gun who's also maybe magic. You know what I mean? He's some sort of angry forest sprite.
Yeah, I mean, because
who has had enough.
Because I didn't even hear the catcalling, but from their perspective, the whole thing was probably so much funnier than what I saw. Because by the time I saw him, he was about to walk. Like I was about to warn him about the pole, because his head was fully turned.
Right.
And so then he walks in, and the way I didn't know that there was a worse way to walk into a pole than head on. If you walk into a pole when you just off of this one person, so I guess I don't have much data to go on, but if you walk into a pole while your head is completely turned, you definitely almost bite your tongue.
Definitely bite your tongue. Extra disorienting because you're not sure what's hitting you.
Yeah, he probably thought it was a guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it's skinny too, so even if you put your arms up to like push off of it, you're gonna miss.
And the worst
so it's
part
not like you walked into a wall.
Is that if he had gone the other direction, he wouldn't have hit any bush at all. But he tried to like recover too quick. This person's also probably clearly drunk. Tried to recover too quickly. And then in his attempt to sort of like spin out of it and still look cool, he went into a bush.
Right, yeah. And then he tried to spin out of that and make it look cool. And then he fell into something else. He tried to roll off of that. Cool.
Yeah.
Fell into a manhole.
Yeah. All the while screaming, "It's all good, shorty.
It's all good." How are the shows so far in Sacramento? I know you got a couple more.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, so we have 2 more, and yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been a good time.
Too bad. Too sorry I'm not there.
Oh, it's okay. There's gonna be other shows.
Yeah, no, I know. But we're right now. Now that I'm home and not in Sacramento with you, I'm helping Jess watch her infant nephew for a couple days, and
I was so sure you were about to say a TV show.
No.
Like I'm helping Jess watch Game of Thrones.
Well, there's too many names to keep track of, and all this lore and stuff, and so I keep charts for her. I let her know.
Yeah. You have the map from the beginning of the books.
Yep. Yeah, I have all that up there. We put pins in it for each new place.
Okay.
We see in Westeros, and yeah, it's going well. She's having a hard time, keeping the Starks separate, but that's fine. She'll get there.
Yeah.
I got flashcards for her. We're gonna work on that tonight.
I've started Game of Thrones now, and I am at season 5, episode 3.
Oh, did you never watch it before?
No, I never watched it before.
Oh, I thought you watched it when it was on.
No. I'm glad that I didn't, because my friend who loves it, read the books, loves it, right?
Right.
He is like, once you get to season 6, just stop.
Yeah, that's true. You're getting the
really?
warning.
And he was like, yeah, anything past season 6 just ruins everything, because it's so hard to follow. It technically doesn't make sense, and because in your head that this is a studio thing, not a story thing.
Yeah,
because HBO rushed it. Like, that's the other thing about letting stuff like that go public is like they apparently they went to the author of the books and just in a general meeting about more seasons and renewals and all that stuff, asked him how many more seasons there were in the story, like if it were to play out the way it had been playing out. And apparently he said 3, and I guess that was too much because they want Star Wars. And so,
well, but that's not HBO. That was the creators.
The creators. Sorry.
Weiss and Benioff, because HBO wanted to keep going, and Martin wanted to keep going. They all wanted to do 10 seasons.
That's right. My bad. It's
but Weiss and Benioff wanted to leave to do Star Wars, which they ultimately lost. Also, probably because they fucked up the landing to Game of Thrones so bad.
Yeah. So basically, I'm excited to almost be done. Not because I don't love it, I'm really enjoying it, but because this is a rare thing. This is the rare thing where you either start a show so late that the world is so far removed that there's like, I've encountered no spoilers. I mean, to be fair, I've been binging it, so I've torn through like, you know, a third of a season in a day, sort of thing. But also, the cool thing is that someone is giving me a warning that I definitely need to enjoy the overall thing more than some people who love it. That's what's so crazy. It's like, he loves it more than I do. Yeah, so you love it. Like, people love it way more.
And here's the thing, and I fucking agree. Yeah, stop when you get to that point, because it ruins your love of the show.
Wow.
Like, it was like my favorite show, and that last season fucked it up so hard for me. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I hardly it killed it in the social consciousness for a little while. We didn't no one wanted to talk about Game of Thrones for a few years.
You know what's also funny about that, but what's almost good about that in a sense is that that's why I'm not encountering any spoilers, because everything. What's crazy? So I remember
we were all so mad we stopped talking about it.
Yeah, I remember being on tour early on when it was ending. Right?
Yeah.
And so early on in the tour with Trevor, it was ending, and Trevor was waiting to watch the whole season. So he was hearing how people were getting mad, but he was like, oh, you know, I'm just going to, on a weekend where I'm off, binge the whole season, whatever. And everyone that I encountered, even when we would talk about it later, was so angry that there were no spoilers. Like, it was probably the angriest I've seen a lot of my chill friends that I never actually see upset. They were so mad that they actually couldn't spoil it because there was nothing coming out of their mouth but curse words. It wasn't even plot points. It wasn't even like people, because you know how I haven't watched the Harry Potter movies, and I've read I read up to the 5th book, and I think I'd just have to start again if I was going to get into it.
Right.
Because Sally's read them all, and I think she's watched all the movies. But just something I don't know, something with life, just after the 5th book, I just genuinely did not have time, and then years passed. But at least when people didn't like something in the movie, they talked about it.
Right.
People hated the ending of Game of Thrones so much that it was actually it was like everyone finding out they had a secret child with the worst person they'd ever met. You're not even getting the full story. You're literally just getting and how could that? Oh, no one was finishing sentences.
Well, because a big part of it wasn't even just about how it ended. It's that it was a different show in the last season. They completely, all the patience was gone. All of the how they used to really slowly build up. When you sprint a story like that, it's stupid. What made that show good was that they took the time to really build the lore, really dig into the characters, and build out that world. And in the last season, they're like, fuck, we got to end this. And when you sprint through it, then it just becomes a silly little dragon story. It didn't feel the same. And I want to get out ahead of this now. I'm not going to read any emails about Game of Thrones. Just telling you that right now. I don't want a bunch of emails either agreeing with us or trying to defend Game of Thrones. I'm not reading them. Just letting you know that now. All right. Just getting ahead of that. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it would be funny to become a full Game of Thrones podcast. What a left turn that would be.
That would be
to be
that I would be on board for it if we just turned to a Game of Thrones rewatch podcast.
It'd be so crazy because it's we're years in now.
We're years into this.
It's and we've never talked about a show for more than 8 minutes. And so
there's enough episodes of Game of Thrones to fill an entire year of episodes too.
Yeah, yeah,
We could just do a whole year of just Game of Thrones.
yeah. Just a companion podcast
Yeah.
to watch as you rewatch. That would be so insane. What a way to potentially tank the entire
Yeah.
show is just like,
And we
wait,
won't
why'd you
commit
pick
fully to it
this?
either, because we will stop at the 6th season too. So we won't we won't even do the full watch.
It's like
of Game
doing
of
the
Thrones.
first 3 episodes of Firefly as a podcast. It's just like, what? Then why are you even talking about it? We just really love that first little bit.
Yeah. After that, I kind of stopped paying attention, but those first ones I like.
Yeah, yeah. We just do like a Kim Possible podcast. Just shows people have truly forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna watch Perfect Strangers.
Hey,
They did like 7 years of that show.
like, I'm looking up now. What? Let's see.
What show we're gonna do?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what's a good we'll just do we'll become a Mr. Bean rewatch podcast.
Hey,
Because that's mostly all sight gags too, so it's gonna be hard to talk about.
we just become a Bates Motel podcast.
Bates Motel, that's a good pick actually. Yeah. Yeah, because that was a show that was kind of popular in its first season, and then everyone just kind of forgot about it, and I think it ended now, right? It has to have.
I think it actually got way more seasons to say that to say that it's over. It got way more seasons than years people were talking about it.
How many seasons did it get?
I think it got 3.
3? I was thinking even 4, maybe.
Let me see.
But yeah, I remember like everyone talked about that first season, then everyone's like, all right, neat. Something else came out.
5 seasons.
the-
Jeez.
Damn. Well, all right.
Good on them.
Get ready for our Bates Motel. Well, it's not even rewatch. I never watched it to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay. It's good to know
All
what we're
right,
doing
well-
for the next year and
Yeah.
a half.
Get-
Probably
get
3
ready for that,
years.
everybody.
5 seasons.
5 seasons, depends how many they did a year, but I mean, yeah, if you go at least 10 episodes a season for cable usually, so you're looking at least probably 50 episodes or more. So that's at least a year, at least a solid year of of Bates Motel.
It would be
What
would be amazing is to do like a companion to a show that doesn't exist. Like just like following a show
Yeah,
and like
I've pitched that idea to someone before, and I think they said that they knew of somebody who was doing something like that.
oh, I see.
But I like the idea of that too, of just throwing in twists every now and then, new characters. But you have to keep the canon consistent too.
Yeah.
You have to actually build the show.
One of the other things that happened when we were out last night. So I told you we went to that barcade. As we were waiting to get in the barcade, because there's just something about being in LA where there's more, not LA, but in California where there's more lines to get into places. I feel like maybe it's because in Brooklyn, unless the place is like super poppin', or unless everyone there going is like college age, no one really waits in line that much. Like even when I'm in the city
Yeah.
and I'm walking past bars and clubs, the lines are very short. And so we saw a couple lines to get into bars and stuff, and we walk up to the coin op, and there's a very short line. It's not a big deal. But
The coin op? What did you say?
coin op is the barcade's name.
Oh, okay.
And
We hadn't said that yet, so I didn't know if that was just a term I didn't know.
no. And so basically, as we're in line, this guy passes by and is yelling at the top of his lungs. He's like, "Hey man, fuck coin op, all right? Sick of y'all, man." Like just yelling, just indiscriminate yelling, but also walking, like not stopping, not talking to the staff or anything.
Ran into a pole
And
pulled out a gun.
I would love if there's a true backstory there. Like it seemed like something that a drunk guy was just doing for attention, but
Yeah.
if coin op actually wronged him and he only has a gripe with the overall establishment, nobody in it. That's one of the funniest things in the world to me. It's like when someone is like, man, I hate Taco Bell, but they don't even mean like, they didn't even have an interaction there. They didn't have an
they didn't
event.
have a thing there.
They just hate the idea that Taco Bell exists. And that's what it seemed like was going on with this coin op. Because then even the guys checking IDs were like, yeah. Like they had a weird, I don't know if they knew him or if they were just like having a particularly exhausting day, but he yells and they're like, yeah. To no one. It's not like they're talking to us and we're talking about it and they're like, yeah. Like,
yeah, so either that way that guy does that every night or yeah, maybe there's something fishy about coin op and they're even like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because this guy
work, man.
This guy seems like the Don Quixote of coin op. Like he's just like out here trying to joust that windmill, thinking it's a monster.
Because you remember that scene, Don Quixote, where he was riding around just going, "Man, fuck windmills."
Yeah,
not doing anything else about it.
Hey, everybody knows. Everybody remembers. Everybody's read the old Don Quixote. Everybody's listened to the opera.
Fuck windmills. They're stupid. What do they even do?
What do they even do? What do they even help with?
And then someone starts explaining to him what they do, and he's just like, man, just rides away.
Man, I don't really like magic, so y'all
want
keep
nothing to
that.
do with it. Fuck your windmills. I also like how I mentioned that we're currently watching a baby, and you had zero follow-up thoughts for that.
Oh, it's just the way that you said baby. You took so long to say baby that I was like, this is a show. This is TV. And so how has it been watching this is her infant nephew?
Yeah, he's a toddler. He's a little under 2.
Okay.
I mean, I'm exhausted. And I'll be honest, I've hardly done anything, but just...
Like keeping you up, or what's
No, not even. Just having a child around just gives you a level of anxiety where it's your responsibility to keep it alive.
Okay. I mean, I believe you. I believe you.
What's weird about that?
There's nothing weird about that. I guess I just mean like, are you still stressed out if the baby's like sleeping?
No, because I was asleep also. But
oh, okay.
No, but it's just like even today too. It's like Jess is with him and she's like, "Oh, go do your work you gotta do," and I'm downstairs working. But that also means I'm actually she's gonna stop me every 10 minutes to come watch him while she does something else.
Oh,
which is okay.
I see.
I'm happy to help, but it's just like it's a constant.
It's on your mind.
Wrench in your day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just even when I'm trying to get to work on something, I still have to like, she'll still be like, "Honey," and I'm like, "Okay," and like I don't blame her for that. If she needs help with something, I'm happy to help. But it is like, even that you just can't actually have the time to go do the stuff you're normally doing. He's mostly chill, but like even just watching it for a little bit today, like one of the YouTube shows that calms him down. Just watching it, just like staring angrily at this cheery woman singing songs for children. And I'm like, I know it's a me problem. I know I'm the problem here. That's not what this lady's doing.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
I feel myself being the monster. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
you did remind me of something though. This is like,
go for it.
Just because because you said like angrily at this cheery woman, when I was I had to be like early teens, maybe I was like 12, 13, whatever, went to the fair, and this is like what we talked about before on the show. It's like that parking lot type fair thing, right?
Yeah. Carnival.
Yeah, like circusy, Yeah,
Carnival, a street fest.
Yeah.
Maybe people would call it,
Yeah. And so we go, and as we're hanging out there, maybe I went with Jacob. I'm trying to remember when, who I was with and everything. But there was someone who was like, I guess selling pies, like just like true, all American. Here's a pie that I just made, and I'm selling it at the fair, or like
you saying that with a question mark. Almost makes it more seem like you don't know what pies are.
No, I know what a pie is. I'm just saying that it felt
pies,
weird.
I think? I don't know.
It felt, because I don't know if there was a pie contest, so it felt weird to let this random person do this, because this is a place where everything is like paid for, and it looks like it's part of the traveling thing. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
So the funnel cake area wasn't just like a lady who loves to make funnel cakes and then she brought some from home. And so it felt a bit odd. It felt like a county fair thing was happening at a carnival.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I get you. Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, it's a little bit of both. Like, it is a fair, so, like, you know, I guess good on them. Anyway, this lady is like she is so happy about her pies, and she's like barking for people to come, you know, like taste a sample or get one of her pies or whatever, which already is not, to me, it's something. She's at like the heart area of the fair, and to me she should be near the parking lot, because like, who's gonna buy a pie and then walk around with it and do rides with it? Do you know what I mean?
Especially like a full pie.
Like full pie. And so in my head I'm like, hey, you're in, like, even as a young kid I was like, you should be where the cars are, where people are heading out, because then they I mean, maybe
pie is driving food.
Yeah, maybe she straight up just had done that before and realized, oh, people are full when they're leaving, so like, let me be at the heart of the whatever. Because you definitely can't try to get in at the front, because now nobody wants a pie now. Like, I haven't been on any rides. I don't have a fork. Like, this is...
Here's the thing. I appreciate the thought you're putting into it, but I think what you're touching on is that there's not a lot of ideal scenarios to just sell whole pies.
No.
Like out in the world, not in a store.
Yeah. And
there's too many variables.
There's too many variables. It's just too messy, you know?
It's too messy. It's a cumbersome treat.
And so and so she's like barking for people to, you know, get the pies. And I think where she was near the hammer, where, you know, like the test your strength hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. So she was over there. So a lot of people were already gonna try, and maybe she planned that. Maybe she wanted to be where an attraction was that was gonna get a lot of foot traffic. But she's clearly getting on everybody's nerves, like hardcore, because she doesn't have a lot of slogans. So it's just the same thing, and she's yelling, and it's just the same thing over and over, right?
Yeah.
So even as you're in line to play the sledgehammer thing, you hear this woman like 52 times.
Okay.
It's just it's too repetitive, and what's happening is she's yelling at every person that passes instead of every so often. Because let the sign do the work. A sign is silent yelling. You know?
Yeah, sign is social yelling. A gun is a social reset.
I'm just saying, if you see a billboard, someone might have screamed. They might as well have screamed. For the effect that it has on you.
And in fact, we should do that to create more jobs. Let's get rid of billboards and just put a guy up there.
I mean, it's going to take several guys.
Even better, more jobs.
Yeah.
This is my platform that I'm running on.
And so, basically...
No more billboards, just loud dudes.
Basically, as she's getting on everybody's nerves and everything, this woman that's like from another booth and that she just has some other beef with walks up, and her demeanor totally changes, right? So she goes from like chipper, happy, everything, just like stone face, like ready to swing. It looks like, you know, like I didn't. You ever see someone without knowing them? You see someone and then you see a change in them that's so fast you didn't think they'd be capable of it.
Yeah.
Like anyone who's yelling, like, because that was the other thing she was doing. She was yelling the like types of pies that she had. So she's just like rhubarb, pecan. Like it was just, she had come up with a little rhythm for it, and it would have been cute to hear.
Sounded
once.
like she was going to say pecan twice there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
Rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb. It's like she's got two pies there.
Yeah, rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb, chocolate, pecan, rhubarb. But she had this like little rhythm to listing all the pies, you know?
Right.
And so you see someone doing that with like a chipper face, and then when someone else walks up and their face just drops, right? Mm-hmm. So she over here, pecan, rhubarb, apple, chocolate, like, and then just nothing, right?
Right.
And then her and the other lady have words that are kind of quiet, like they're not yelling at each other or anything. But then
pecan, rhubarb, pecan.
Rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb, apple, cherry, rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb. And then they both just turn into pies. And so it's a pie witch. You know pie witches.
Pie witches.
Yeah, they go out there, and it makes you scared to eat the pie because you're like, is this a pie or is this a person?
Is this a pie witch?
And so then they're, quietly talking everything. And then the lady, this shouldn't make me laugh as much as it makes me laugh. But then the lady who walked over, who is having words with her, is talking to her, maintains eye contact, and slides a pie off the table and then walks away.
Hell yeah. Oh, it'd be a shame if something happened to this rhubarb. Bam.
We've been talking about
for
social
a fee,
resets. Hey, social ransom, yeah. All right? I would hate for something to happen to this pecan, rhubarb chocolate.
Perhaps for a small fee, we'll make sure you get through this carnival and or festival safely.
Well, I already paid the fee for the booth. No, this is different.
Nah, this is let's just say we're not with the festival.
Look, let's just say I don't want anything to happen to those beautiful pecans, all right?
Yeah. Sure what'll happen, Bruno, and then he does the hammer thing. He's been waiting in line the whole time.
You think he's been waiting in line for the hammer test, and he's just been waiting with this guy?
He's been waiting for the threat. So then this guy's been off to the side waiting for him to get to the front of the line to go do the threat.
Also, pie goes all over them. Like, pie goes all over everybody. But yeah, she just slowly, and the way, okay. This is
like a cat.
This is the other disrespect about it. She slid it off so slowly that the other lady could have saved it. Like, she maintained eye contact, but her hand is like, and then she's whispering. She's like,
rhubarb pecan.
It's still on the table when it's here. Like she didn't pick one that was at the edge of the table. She slid a pie from like the middle of the table. She had to take a step.
She had to do a little like traffic jam with the
she had to take a step to slide this pie all the way off the table.
Did the pie lady just not notice that she was pushing it?
I think the pie lady was getting so pissed that she was just like, you ever get so mad that you don't react?
She was just tunnel vision.
Yeah, she was just tunnel vision. Like, and it just, what I'd like to believe they were whispering is just like, I'm going to slide this pie off the table. I'm going to slide it right off the table. Oh, you better not do that. Oh,
Don't do that.
I am going to do that because I don't like you and I don't respect
you. Let go of my pie.
And I don't like my pie. And I don't like what you do with your life.
How dare you? My pie's so good.
And now
don't do it.
Off the table. Now it's off the table.
I didn't want you to do that.
Now there's grass in your pecans. Enjoy.
Finally, another ingredient.
Enjoy your ant pie. Bitch.
It's ironic because I'm the pie ant.
Yeah, but then also she took a second to like clearly was gathering herself, which I did feel a little bit bad about because it's annoying as she was yelling. It was like, well, now this person's just devastated, right?
Right.
And then takes a minute to gather herself and then starts like yelling again with the, pecan, rhubarb, like all the stuff. But
just with tears running down her face.
But the pie is still on the ground. And she just never picked it up because I guess she felt like it would have been too much of a step down to pick up the pie.
What are you going to do with that? Then you got to find a garbage can or something, or you can't have a fucked up pie sitting on your table.
Yeah.
So I think the best course of action is to pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Pecan, rhubarb, grass.
Pecan, rhubarb, ground.
Yeah. Also speaking.
Oh, that one? That one's not for sale.
That one's not for sale unless you're that bitch Heather. I'll sell it to her for free. It's like, well, it's not really a sale then.
That's a gift, I think, what you just...
Oh, it won't feel like a gift. She wants to put my pie on the ground. She can join my pies on the ground. She can have a little bit of that dirt flavor with some of that pecan.
I mean, if she's the one that put it on the ground, she probably doesn't want it. It sounds like you don't know what to do with this.
No,
You've never
she's
been
gonna
threatened
love
before.
it. All right, she's gonna love the pecan. She's gonna love
Now
the
you think
dirt.
she's gonna like it? Interesting.
Yeah, because just burst out into tears.
You ever been in a fight before?
I just wish I knew the backstory. It's just two middle-aged women that were like having words very quietly, but then what an alpha move.
Did you see where the other lady came from? Did she come from a different booth?
No, but I saw her later behind like a squirt gun booth.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she wasn't even selling other foods like
a rival baked good.
Yeah,
that was my first thing was like, ooh, these are rival.
Yeah, it would be
bakers.
great. Pie versus funnel cake would be fire. Yes.
That thing. That's what I was hoping for, I guess.
Honestly, if she this is a person who's clearly unhinged though, because as minor of a thing as it is to do, it does feel like I felt like this was a crazy person when I was watching her.
Oh no, it's a wildly aggressive move.
Yeah. And so
well, passively aggressive move, maybe.
And so what I will say is if she was running the funnel cake station, she would have come over with hot grease. Like this person, our saving grace is that she was behind the squirt gun thing and those squirt guns can't move.
Yeah. Maybe that used to be the spot for the squirt gun booth.
Oh,
They used to have that prime real estate.
That could be it. The squirt gun
it.
booth used to be near the sledgehammer.
Yeah. So it was great back and forth money of people waiting for the hammer. They'd come over to the squirt gun, vice versa.
And now this pie lady messed the whole thing up.
And no one wants these damn pies walking around a carnival. Unless you're going to have a pie throwing game.
Yeah.
This is games. This is the game row.
Yeah.
Make a game out of this pie. And I got a new game for you. It's called ground pie.
I got a new game for you. It's called Do You Have the Balls to Stop Me While I Slide a Whole Pie Off of Your Table? Because also, look, this is the other thing, and I don't know this woman's situation. I really don't. So I can only make fun of it so much because I'm sure there's a logical, maybe she had a van full of pies, but she did not have a lot of pies at that table. So by sliding a pie off the table, you took out like a fifth of her inventory.
really took down
Dude,
part
there weren't that many
really
pies on the
stock.
table. So either she had already sold a bunch or she wasn't selling any, so she didn't bring any.
Yeah.
Because the fair is for the whole weekend.
Yeah, and maybe she doesn't fully understand fairs, and she doesn't think that clowns are a part of it. They think clowns just come to it. And she's like, you know what, clowns love pie.
You know what I
pies and seltzer water. That's what I have.
I didn't even see how much the pies were. I would love if just to cover her costs. Yeah, just to cover her costs, each pie was $200. Like every slice of pie is full $200.
And you said this is by the entrance.
No, this wasn't by the entrance.
No?
This is in the heart of the
in
fair.
The heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
this doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I buy a pie and then ride around?
But even the entrance isn't really like there's. I don't know. I'm just not. When would I want a pie? A full pie.
That's what I'm saying. The closer to the exit where the parking lot is seems like the best place.
That's the best, but the best is still not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still buying a fucking carnival pie.
Also, we got pie at home. Okay.
We got pie at home. Yeah, I want the pie that a bunch of people have walked by and coughed on. And
yeah, someone's definitely farted on that pie.
That's where I want to get my pie.
Yeah.
In a place full of of old machinery and old games that have been touched by 9,000 people a year.
Yeah.
That's where I want to get my baked goods to take home.
You know what I like sprinkled over my pie? rust from the Ferris wheel from on high.
Yeah. It's why when you go to a carnival, you want deep fried stuff, because then you at least know nothing survives that. So this food might be nasty, but at least it's clean. You know what I mean? No germs survive that frying process. Tell me I'm wrong.
I feel like that's not quite I feel like you could still have dirty grease. I feel like
you can still have dirty grease,
but so clean might be a stretch. Definitely burned. These germs are scorched.
Yeah, it's clean nasty. It's the cleanest nasty you're gonna get.
Yeah. Okay, so look, this thing, you may even need to cut this because this may not be funny to anyone but me. But
usually means we're gonna talk about it for a while.
You know, like an ick, like when you get the ick and stuff.
Are you talking about that in like the terms of the terms of your stand-up joke? How you do it?
Yeah. Just like how
Okay.
how you get the ick when you like someone, but whatever.
See, 'cause that was something I learned about because of your stand-up bit. I didn't know it was the thing people were talking about.
Yeah.
Whatever.
In case you don't know what the ick is, it's when you like someone. In this case, actually love someone, but then they do something that's so it's such a turn off for you that you don't see them the same way, and you get the ick, and you either. I mean, sometimes you still continue on and then fall in love anyway, but almost always you just stop being like attracted. That's why it usually happens on the early end, because once you love someone, it's very hard to get an ick that is, because an ick is also innocuous. It's not like something obviously horrible and huge,
Right.
you know?
But you're saying when it happens later, you're less likely to like end the relationship, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Because I had an ick recently with Jess, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she said bagel instead of bagel, and it was a real.
Was there something in her mouth?
No, she just straight up said it. Just straight was like bagel, and I was like, that is. And here's the thing: I've heard her say bagel before too.
So this was just a mistake, or does
maybe,
she
but
think that it's pronounced either way?
I don't know. She got real close to when she said milk the other day, and it really sounded like milk with like an E, and I was like, "Hun, what's going on here? Are you okay?"
Yeah. That's wild. It's not like
some of them have come out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you're like, hey, we should go to a speech therapist together, just together to like see if we're still saying everything the same and, feel good about how we pronounce things and stuff.
Yeah. Let's just set it, let's set what the pronunciations are. Let's agree together.
Does your tongue feel like a tool or like it's in the way?
Yeah. Yeah, you feel, is there a lot of turmoil going on in there? I just want to know. Because we can sort that out. Yeah. I don't know. That was just a joke. That's not like an ick, but it's you say your mic.
Yeah.
Or did you hit the table?
No, I hit the mic with my hand pretty hard as I was trying to discreetly move.
Well, it wasn't that discreet because you went, ow.
Yeah, I just had to let it out. So
I was trying to be discreet about it, so I looked you in the eye and said, ow.
So I was like when you do a show and like when you do a show and the audience is like just tipsy enough where they're not fully making sense. Even when you ask more questions, it's not getting any better.
Yeah.
So I just asked this random couple what their ick was, right? And I still don't know who did it. It was a man and a woman sitting together. And I had asked the man, but then the woman spoke up. But then it sounded for a second like she was talking about herself. But then it seemed like maybe the guy had done it. Basically, the ick that they both agreed they had was, this is so specific, but one of them came home one night, and from a long trip as well, so hadn't been home for a while, and they come home, and their partner, because once again they were so like drunkenly trying to explain the thing that I could not gather who did what. I even asked them straight up at one point, and then they busted out laughing instead of answering me. Okay. One of them came home from a long trip, and their significant other was seated on the floor in front of the TV with just an entire like a tin is the only way to put it, like a baking pan tin, deep like right out of the oven foil of pot pie. And they had clearly been eating the pot pie from the tin on the floor and had gotten through quite a bit of it, like had eaten half of it, you know?
But like it's like a full pie, not like a mini one.
No, not like a mini pot pie. We're talking about, it shouldn't even be called a pot pie because it's so big. It's like a pot cake. And so they had so much pot pie on them because clearly they were drunk when they did it. So they drunk, like, I don't know how you stay drunk this long because pot pies, like homemade pot pies, take forever, right?
Yeah, especially if it's that big, you're going to have to bake it. You're not microwaving that. Or they did. That's why it's so messy, is they broke this thing in half and shoved it in the microwave.
And then clearly ruined the microwave because you can't put that much metal in a microwave.
Nope. Yeah.
And so then they're sitting on the floor with first of all, the spatula is their utensil. So they don't even have a fork or a spoon. They are eating straight from the spatula. They're eating spatula at a time pot pie, right? Mm-hmm. And the pot pie's on the floor. And the thing that kept popping up to me was like the kid in Matilda eating the cake. Because I'm like, you've got a lot of pot pie to get through.
Yeah.
And they're clearly putting in work. Because it's like half gone or whatever. But they've just got so much pot pie juice spilled on their shirt. And it looks insane. It looks like a grown toddler. Like you're watching this infant. Imagine if that infant now was 150 more pounds. Mm-hmm. And like middle-aged. In front of the TV. Had a job and knew how to bake a full pot pie. That must have at least been decent because you've eaten half of it.
Yeah, it's like a kid that never learns to not to stop chewing his shirt, and getting it all covered in spit, But now he's 40 and still does that.
I forgot until you said that. I forgot any kid did that.
I'm around too many of them.
That's so funny. And so they come home and they're just like sitting like almost in pot pie because they've also spilled a ton because it's a slated spatula. So it's like it's
great.
one of the spatulas where like clearly juices are gonna go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there's just like pot pie on the lip. It's like pot pie on their chin. It's all down the shirt. It looks like they jumped in the pot pie.
Right, yeah.
Like they dove it, and so they're just...
They did a slip and slide with pot pie.
Yeah, and
Popeye slip and slide.
Apparently...
The game that's sweeping the nation.
They're not even sitting like crisscross. They're sitting with legs open with the pie as close to the thighs as they could get it. So they're eating over the pie. But it's also like on the floor. That's why I said the toddler thing, because they look like how a toddler would
And
eat.
This is a couple that's still together.
There's a couple that's still together, but then...
We're together at this point?
And and then I'm like, that's a I'm just going to walk situation. Like, keep the house, keep everything in it. I'm going to go, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that's...
I'm going to change my name. Here's my phone. I'm smashing it in front of you so you know not to call me.
The thing that's so wild about it is that they were both agreeing, which means whoever did this gave the other person the ick and gave themselves the ick. Because they were both like, oh, this is the most disgusting thing I had ever seen. But one of them did it.
Well, and the fact that they were together when it happened, because honestly, to be that drunk and eating a full pot pie like that sounds like one of them got dumped.
Yeah, no one should be doing this in a happy life.
No, that's not that's not behavior for when you're doing well.
Yeah, that's not
Just
like
mentally and emotionally.
hey, my girl's out of town, so you know what the boys go do.
Yeah, we're
Full
gonna
pot pie
party.
weekend, okay? we go get nasty with it. All right, we getting baked, and when I say baked, I mean pot pie baked every day. Okay,
God, the boys slurp some gravy.
it's gonna be juicy. You gonna be slipping.
Yeah,
crusty at the top.
Getting them veggies in.
Yeah,
I mean the boys.
Maybe a little bit of stew meat in there just to spice it up.
Yeah, just like Grandma used to make.
Just
the
like
OG bro.
Just like Grandma used to make, except way too much that Grandma never made. She did a reasonable amount. I'm a ball
she
out.
made the right amount. She made the right amount. She was a responsible woman, but not me.
But not me. You know what I mean? I got to flex on them. And by flex on them, I mean get so sick that I cannot flex a single muscle,
Yeah. Now give me the spatula with the biggest holes in it.
Give me the spatula that'll let people know, hey, I eat like a baby.
Yeah. These clothes, they don't go in the wash. They go in the fire.
Yeah, not my lucky shirt, okay?
Nuh-uh. These clothes will not be saved because it's about to get so crazy in here.
I'm about to be soaked in pot juice.
Shit.
All right?
We might have to buy a new house.
Yeah.
For how wild it's going to get this weekend with the pot pies and the boys.
Hey, when I say the boys, I do mean just me.
I mean me by myself. I have trouble making adult friends. Ooh.
Also,
pie.
Also, we have a carpet, so this living room will be ruined, okay? There's certain decisions you can't make with carpet that I'm going to make anyway because I'm nice like that.
See, now I'm going to go ahead and combine these stories and say that this is how the pie lady who got bullied at the fair reacted. She went home and got drunk and made a pot pie.
And made a pot pie and just spilled most of it on herself.
Just spilled most of it.
Which is also very hot. Like that, like if you burn yourself, have you ever burned yourself with a pot pie before?
Sure. I mean, I burned myself with many food.
Well, this is my memory. This is why I'm this person is living foul is because when I was little, one of the first things that I used the oven for, because it was a big deal that I was using the oven when I was a little kid, because for so long I was told not to touch it. And then finally they were like, you're old enough that if you want something that gets made in the oven, you can put it in. You just have to follow the instructions. And so I remember, this is so insane. I remember wanting a pot pie. I think I was at my grandma's house. I wanted a pot pie, and this is so dumb. I wanted a pot pie, and they were like, follow the instructions. So I followed the instructions, and they were watching over me as well to make sure I was like doing it right. Preheated the oven, got it to 400. Took out the pie out of the box, undid the film, everything, and then put the pie in. I was feeling like a big boy, right? And then the oven.
Gonna clip that audio to use later.
The oven like a big boy didn't have a timer on it, or at least the timer didn't work, so I had to keep time myself. So I was watching the clock because the clock said in 20 minutes the pot pie is going to be ready. It was a little mini one, right? Right, and so I'm just watching, and every so often, I'm even having, panic attack is a strong word for it, but I'm even having moments of, freaking out because I'll be watching TV and then remember I haven't checked the clock in a while, so I'm like, did I miss it? You know what I mean? Because I want the perfect golden brown pot pie to prove that I could use the oven, Yeah,
you got a lot riding on this.
Yeah, and so...
This is an important pot pie.
So then... I see the time. I'm freaking out because it's 20 minutes. I looked just as it was turning 19, and so I remember counting down the seconds on the clock because I thought that's how cooking worked. I thought that at 20 minutes it would be perfect. And so then I lower the oven door, and somehow whether I wasn't told or I just forgot. Somehow information about oven mitts had slipped through the cracks. So it doesn't even occur to me to grab an oven mitt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
You didn't know this was a thing that existed.
Yeah. And so I
Just reach on in.
I reach in and grab the pot pie, right? Now the pot pie's tin that it's in is like a foil type aluminum, around it that it cooks in.
Yeah.
And so I reach in, I grab it. The way that I grab it is I grab with my index finger and just the I guess like inside of my thumb around the foil part, but then I end up putting my thumb in the pie when I'm grabbing it to pull it out.
Oh.
And so I put my thumb in the pie. I'm burning, like I think my thumb is going to burn off because I didn't realize that it would be this hot. I didn't like finish in my head what cooking, like how to get something out of the oven. And so it's to the point where my finger's already in. And so even in pain, I pull the pot pie out of the oven.
Yeah.
Like I just rip it out real quick, right? This all happens so fast. It's not like I have a blister or anything. Like my thumb is clearly burned and hurt.
Right.
And I want to cry because I'm little, but I also don't want to give away that I've made such like an insane mistake. Like as soon as my thumb is in the pie, I realize I've done something horribly wrong.
You know this is going to affect your final score.
It's going to affect my ability to use the oven, which is also going to affect the snacks that I get. Because sometimes I want something and my grandma didn't feel like making it or didn't feel, so if I can do something myself, I can have it whenever I want.
This is a big moment in your life. You're leveling up as a big boy.
And so my thumb goes in the piping hot pie, right? That's how I know it's
Jack
done.
Hornered yourself.
Is because steam is shooting between my thumb and the pie. And so I rip the pie out. I like set the pie down on the oven door that's all like all the way down. I then realized this is what oven mitts are for. And so I grab the oven mitts and then, grab the pie, put it on the counter and everything. Am nursing my thumb. And this is so devastating. I'm eating the pie later, like I let it cool for a sec because I'm like really hurt. I'm like sitting there like, ooh, and I'm trying to hide it as well because I just don't want anybody to know how badly I messed up,
Yeah.
And so I'm like really like nursing, but like I'm trying to not let my thumb touch anything while not showing it's hurt. And so then it's time to eat the pie, but I burn the thumb that I eat with normally. So I eat a lot with my left hand. And so I burn my left thumb.
The thumb that you eat with, though, makes it sound like you just dip your thumb into things.
Oh, yeah. That's how
just stab food with my thumb and then into my mouth.
Yeah, instead of counting calories, I just eat a thumbful at a time. And then, 100 thumbs and you're full.
I eat 100 thumbs a day.
And so then I can't now grab the fork because this thumb hurts so bad that I can't like grab the fork and eat the pot pie. And so I use my right hand, which I'm like a left-handed person. And so I am completely missing my mouth. You think eating was an ambidextrous thing? And is for me, it's just clearly not. So I am missing my mouth and burning my lip with hot pot pie because because I'm just using the wrong hand. Like in a weird way, I don't even know how to hold the fork.
No, I know, and the problem is too is it's high stakes. You got high stakes to suddenly be ambidextrous because not only are you trying to show you're a big boy, but what you're wielding is hot.
Yeah, and
hot and messy. So it's like this is a lot. This is a lot on a little guy.
So I've got one thumb in the air just to cool, right, and then I've got my other thumb on the fork. And I'm just, it's crazy. I actually feel like I was in an accident or something. I'm relearning to use my limbs because I've never even tried to eat with my right hand before.
Yeah, definitely the same thing.
No, I'm just saying it's like because I'm trying to eat with my right hand for the first time and hold a fork.
Right.
It's like not even occurring to me how to do it. Like it's genuinely, I have to think about how I would do it with my left, try to mirror it with my right hand, stab the pie, lift it up, and not like fling it into my own face.
Right. Yeah.
Because the crust is super hard. Mm-hmm. Like if it was just already all broken off, then maybe I'd have a better chance. But the crust is also hard, so I'm not even aware of how much pressure to put on the fork. Like all this is going through my head because I'm like still trying to hide that my thumb is red, by the way. Like
probably quite burned.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah. So I don't have a blister, but my thumb is like, it doesn't look like my thumb, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, no, it was terrible.
Wow, some pot pie trauma.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you had there.
Because then the worst part is that I did all that of like thinking about like calm down,
PTSD,
accept
pot pie
the
stress
pain.
disorder.
Yeah, accept the pain. Know that you can use your right hand to eat. Don't freak out.
Yes.
All right, this is possible.
Turns out a lot of people do it. A lot of people use their right hand for eating.
And so then I remember I finally got like a respectable forkful of pot pie, right? Some peas, some carrots, a little bit of meat. I was doing it all. And then when I went to put it in my mouth, it burned my tongue. And I was like, I think I'm done for the day. Like I
You just walk into your mom, just be like, I should not be trusted with the oven.
I'm not ready for the oven. Also, I may need all the doctors because my thumb feels ruined.
Yes. I don't know if you can see my thumb bubbling. But that is part of why I think I should not be trusted with the oven. Thank you for this experience.
Which I'm sure was really
thanks.
just to give you a break.
Yeah. I'm sure you saw this as a way to do less for me and for me to be more independent. And I'm going to let you know now that no.
Yeah.
Just going to let you know that I'm going to say no.
I'm also going to throw out there that after the thumb thing, I put a Band-Aid on it because in my head, all Band-Aids made things better.
Well, that's just child logic. Yeah, a Band-Aid will fix it.
But because now, at least when my finger was in the air, I like nothing was touching it, whatever. Now with a Band-Aid on, it's constantly being touched.
Yeah.
Like now, anytime I move my hand, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, if you put a Band-Aid on it, you feel the blister grow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you feel it actually from beginning to end be created.
This Band-Aid is getting tight.
Yeah. Wow, this was wasn't expecting so much pie drama for this episode, but that's what happens. Hey, real quick before we go, should we open up the mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got one thing just because I think this will go perfect with the sentiment of a gun is a social reset for because that's kind of I'd say maybe an emo statement or something. So how about we look at the return of Goth Josh? There we go. It's a new one. This is from Mike, and it's post-apocalyptic Slender Man Goth Josh is what we have. So this one here, look at that. You look badass in this. How do you feel about this?
It is very well drawn. This is wild.
It's like something out of Sandman.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like truly wild.
And then they also put this one down here. It says, I'm not sure if Josh digs Afro Samurai, but here he is. So this must be a different take on it. That one won't enlarge, but...
Yeah, wow.
So there you go. A couple different... We'll put those in the video, probably post them on Instagram. But thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Those are both very cool. Those are some gnarly Goth Joshes / Samurai Joshes / post-apocalyptic Slenderman Joshes.
Yeah, that the other one looks like straight out of Samurai Jack. Like I don't know if I'm a good guy or a bad guy, but I'm in it.
Yeah, you're a mysterious figure in the distance watching them or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. And thank you for listening. Well, we had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. Thanks so much for listening to the show. If you're looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, where we post clips of the show. You can also find me on @JoshJohnson on Twitter and Josh J Comedy on Facebook if you still use it. And if you're looking for Logan,
You can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag like Mike did there and send us stuff, Josh Johnson Show at gmail.com. You can also get in the mailbag by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. And if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and video stuff and access to past live shows. And speaking of live shows, we have one coming up October 16th. It's a Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We are doing another one. I can tell you right now, I